Hey, welcome! So, we're diving into something really mind-bending today. What if we could create a perfect, unified map of the human brain? I mean, a truly complete blueprint. And what if the key to doing that is artificial intelligence?
You know, the human brain is easily the most complex thing we've ever encountered. So trying to map its every fold, its every connection, well, that's one of the biggest scientific challenges out there. So let's get into how researchers are actually starting to crack this problem.
All right, here's our roadmap. First, we'll look at the two very different maps of the brain that scientists are currently working with. Then, we'll explore a totally new geometric approach that's a real game changer. After that, we'll check out the specific AI that makes this all happen, see if it actually works, and wrap up with the big one. What does this mean for the future of understanding our own minds?
Okay, so let's start with the core problem that scientists have been wrestling with for years. See, to really get the brain, you need the whole picture. But right now, we're stuck looking at two separate, incomplete maps that just don't line up.
So most of our modern brain imaging comes from MRIs. But here's the thing, we get two main kinds of scans, and they give us two totally different pieces of the puzzle. It's almost like they don't even speak the same language because they're looking at the brain at completely different scales.
Right, so check this out. On the left, you've got a structural MRI, or SMRI. The best way to think about this is as a detailed terrain map. It shows you the physical shape of the brain's surface, all the folds and grooves. But then on the right, you have a diffusion MRI, or DMRI. This is completely different. It's more like a highway map, showing us the brain's wiring, that massive web of connections that links everything together.
And here's the big problem. Trying to mash these two maps together is a nightmare. They have totally different resolutions, different data structures. Past attempts pretty much just tried to jam the raw data together, but that creates a ton of noise, and even worse, it can lead to spurious connections. Basically, the computer starts hallucinating pathways that aren't even there. Not good.
So this brings us to a really elegant solution. The researchers behind this basically asked, what if we stop struggling with all this noisy, raw data? What if instead we focus on the pure geometry of the brain itself?
This right here is the big shift in thinking. The old way, on the left, was to use that raw, messy scan data. It's just inherently unreliable. The new way on the right is so much smarter. It takes that data and creates clean, powerful geometric models. Think of it as a perfect model of the brain's terrain and its highway network. These geometric shapes are way more stable and much easier for scientists to actually understand.
So how in the world do you get these two different geometric maps to finally talk to each other? Well, the secret sauce is this amazing mathematical tool called Laplacian harmonics. It's basically a way to describe any complex shape by breaking it down into a bunch of simple, fundamental waves. It creates a kind of universal language for shape.
And this is a really cool way to picture it. Think of these harmonics like sound waves. You have these long, low-frequency waves that describe the big picture, global shape of the brain. But then you have these shorter, high-frequency waves that capture all the tiny, intricate, fine-grained details. You combine all these different waves together, and boom, you get a perfect, multi-scale description of the brain's geometry.
And that powerful idea is the entire foundation for the breakthrough AI we're looking at today. It's a framework called LaMUSE. That's short for Laplacian Multiscale Geometric Learning.
So LaMUSE has a pretty straightforward job, broken down into three key steps. First, it aligns the two maps. Second, it intelligently sorts all the information it's getting. And third, it filters through everything to find the connections that are actually real. Let's walk through each one. Okay, step one is all about translation. Using those Laplacian harmonics we were just talking about, the AI creates something called a latent space. Now, don't worry about the term. Just think of it as a shared mathematical canvas. It's a space where both the terrain map and the highway map can finally be projected together, perfectly aligned, speaking the exact same language. So, once the maps are aligned, the AI does something really clever called disentangled learning. It basically acts like a super smart sorter. It carefully teases apart all the geometric data and figures out which features are unique to the brain's physical shape, which are unique to its wiring, and, this is the most important part, which features are shared by both. This keeps the model from getting confused.
And finally, the most crucial step, quality control. The AI uses a really powerful technique called causal inference. You can think of it as a highly sophisticated filter. It goes through and meticulously removes any leftover noise and, most importantly, gets rid of all those fake, spurious connections. This is what makes the final map something researchers can actually trust.
Okay, so the theory behind this AI, LaMousse, is brilliant, for sure. But the real question is, does it actually work? Let's have a look at the results. And yeah, the results were pretty striking. The researchers put the model to the test on two really tough tasks, trying to predict a person's biological age and their gender just from a brain scan. And as you can see, LaMousse consistently beat out the other top models. It was more accurate at guessing age, and it nailed gender prediction with the highest accuracy, hitting 79%.
Now, I know this slide looks complicated, but it gives us an amazing peek at what the AI is actually seeing. These are heat maps of the patterns the model found. The images on the left are from a younger brain and on the right, an older brain. You don't need to know what the colors mean, just look at how different the patterns are between the two. This proves the AI isn't just getting lucky. It's spotting real, tangible biomarkers in the brain's structure and wiring that actually change as we get older.
So, beyond the cool AI, let's get to the big question. Why does any of this matter? Why is building a better, unified map of the brain so important for all of us?
Well, the first thing is that this research isn't just some black box that spits out answers. It's a real tool that neuroscientists can actually use and, importantly, understand. Because it's built on clean geometry and it filters out all the noise, its findings are robust and interpretable. And that is absolutely essential for doing real science.
And this is where it gets really exciting for medicine. By creating such a reliable map, this technology could help us find the incredibly subtle early warning signs, the biomarkers, for devastating conditions like Alzheimer's disease, potentially years before any symptoms show up. I mean, that could completely change the game for early diagnosis and treatment.
And that really brings us to a final, pretty deep thought. We've just seen how AI can start to build this incredibly accurate blueprint of our brains. So, if this kind of technology can learn to read the fundamental architecture of our minds, what else could it one day reveal about who we are, why we think the way we do, and ultimately, what makes us human? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.